What's up, guys? It's DTMP Randomness, and we're getting ready to start part 2 of the Heather story. Now, yesterday we left off on Heather would come and get us at Job Corps all the time, which was amazing. I didn't really get to know her until we went on summer break during Job Corps, and during the summer break, we had a party at her aunt's house. Maybe both parties were at her aunt's house. But this party we had at I do believe it was her aunt's house. I don't think it was her house. I know it wasn't her house the first time. Maybe it wasn't the second time either. Both of them might have been her aunt's house. But my brother gets me to go to this party to drink at this party. I don't drink beer because it makes me sick. I just can't drink it. For some reason, if I drink a beer, I just start throwing up. It's a bad deal. But at this party, I'm sitting there, kind of on to myself because I don't know any of these people. I don't hang out with any of these people. I really don't know any of them. But Heather comes up to me and asks me if I'd like a beer, and I was like, no, I can't drink beer. I just can't do it. But I can drink other stuff. And she gives me like this bottle of vodka, I think, or peach schnapps, or some. It was some whiskey type drink, and I downed this, and I was pretty messed up, guys. But for some reason, her ex at the time shows up, and that's when all hell breaks loose at this party, guys. Like he comes and knocks on the door. Starts screaming at Heather, like screaming at her, like she's a piece of crap. And I walk outside with my brother, and Heather's aunt's boyfriend, which I can't remember his name. What the hell is his name? Anyways, I can't remember the guy's name, but he gets in a big fight with Josh. Like, they're out there throwing fists, they're out there throwing punches. I'm messed up, guys. Like I'm wobbling around out there, kind of. I'm freaking. Holy crap! I shouldn't even be outside walking. And the fight gets over with him and Josh, and then for some reason, unannounced to me or not understanding why, this stupid idiot, Josh, just got beat up by one guy. For some reason that night, he walks over and he punches me. Now, like I said, guys, I'm pretty drunk, and I probably shouldn't have been fighting, but I freaking beat the crap out of this guy. Like, I knocked him down and just punching him. For a little bit, For a little bit, I guess I was sober because I don't remember being drunk during this whole. I remember this whole night really well, even though I was really messed up. I got on him, I punched him, and started beating the crap out of this kid. And then my brother, after I got off him, my brother was pissed. He's like, "You hit my brother! What the hell?" He said other words, but we'll say he said, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And then my brother was, he took fighting to a whole nother level than I do. Like, he went for blood and pain. I just hit you until you told me you're done. He went with blood and pain, like, freaking, he was out to freaking hurt you bad when he was fighting it. And he grabbed Josh by his collar, pulled him up in the air, like, held him up in the air. And as Josh was coming down, he hit him in the stomach. And then he just started waylaying on this guy. As Josh and Johnny are just going at it. One cop car shows up. Another cop car shows up. Another cop car shows up. Another cop car shows up. We're talking like 5 or 6 cop cars come out. And the reason for this being is because Josh's uncle, I believe, or somebody in Josh's family is a cop. So all these cops start showing up, and Johnny and Josh are just going at it, like holy crap, going at it, and it just got it was crazy. Like I had to sit down, so I sit down at this tree, and this cop walked over to me, and he's like, "You need to stand up. You're involved in this." And I couldn't stand up. It is a bad deal, guys. Once I sit down, I wasn't getting back up. And my brother doesn't like cops, so he starts yelling at this guy. He's like, "You need to stop telling him what to do. He's just sitting there. He ain't bothering anybody." And I'm surprised my brother didn't go to jail this night. He really doesn't like cops. But this whole deal was the whole reason all three of these fights happened is because Josh was coming there to take Heather's baby, which it was their baby together, but he didn't want the baby at this party with everybody. But nobody was doing anything that could harm the baby. The baby was all right. There was nothing harmful towards this kid. The kid was fine, and Josh was there just to start crap and to get everybody wild up. Now, do I think this is where Heather started looking at me a little different? Yes. And when I get into part 3, which is the next party that happened, this is where me and Heather became something in between friends and best friends. And it's a great story too. But you had to hear the fight story in order to understand why Heather actually started respecting me and Heather actually started talking more to me. I went home. I had my mom and dad come get me after this and went home. Johnny stayed there, but I was pretty messed up, and it's the beginning of where mine and Heather's story kind of begins. Like the first two, we were in the passings with each other. This party kind of in passing with each other. The next story is where kind of our story begins. So stay tuned for that.